How are you? I hope you all are fine. So, students, this is Saturday. So, on Saturday, which session is there? The doubt clearing session is there. So, students, in today's session, we are going to learn about the nutrition in animals. Means here I take one of the topic from this chapter which I suppose that that's supposed to be hard for you. Okay, students? So, students, all of you know that in the previous lesson, that is lesson number 1, we have already seen that plants can take their nutrition. Okay? Plants can take their nutrition by the process of photosynthesis as they are autotrophic. Okay? So, students, let me tell you that can animals also prepare their food with their own, animals or the human beings? Not at all. So, these animals and the human beings can depend upon other, that means on the plants, for their food requirement. And from food, what they get, students? From food, they get the nutrients. Okay, so the nutrients are the one which are required for the building the structure and maintaining the functions of the body. So, students, what are these nutrients? Nutrients means some of the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Okay, so these all the nutrients which are required for our body, that we get from what? That we get from what? So, students, we get these all the nutrients from our diet, from the food which we take. So, students, in case, just like plants, in case of animals, there is also the mode of nutrition. So, all of you know that in this lesson there is the point holozoic nutrition. So, the holozoic nutrition in animals means these animals can get their nutrition or deprive their nutrition by the various processes. So, students, first the question is, what is nutrition? So, see over here, nutrition is the essential for us as this process helps in breaking down of various inorganic and organic raw materials which are required for the building, the structure and the maintaining the body functions. See, students, again I repeat, what is nutrition? Nutrition is essential for us. Why it is essential for us? Because this process helps in breaking down of various inorganic and organic raw materials which are required for the building the structure and maintaining the body functions. Students, imagine that in the market there are most of the tablets are such like some of the tablets possesses proteins in there, some of the tablets have the minerals, vitamins. So we can make that tablet and that tablet contain these kind of nutrients. But student, our body require these nutrients, and how our body produces that nutrients? Is it okay that the medicine contains certain nutrients, but that nutrients or that medicine is made in the factory? Okay, students, made in the industries. But our body is also the industry which can make the nutrients which are required for the body building functions or the body construction. So, students, in today's session, we are going to study about all these nutrients, how our body perform the various functions so that we get the nutrients which our body require. Okay, so students, here I take one topic from this lesson, that is the human digestive system. See students, as I have already told you that we get the nutrients from our food, but the food which we eat is in the form of chapati. Okay, some of the vegetables are there. So how these vegetables or this chapati is converted into proteins, vitamins? So this is the, as this is magic students? No, our body can make that food into a form, into a soluble form, or in the form that we can take it as a nutrient. So students, this is really interesting how the food which we eat, it becomes the nutrient, just like the medicine that which we eat. That is the artificial one, the medicine which take we that is made in the industry. But there are also in our body there are also some of the functions like that they can, or some of the parts in our body, they function like the industry and they make our food into the nutrients. So students, as we take the food, means that food is getting digested in your stomach. So here there is the involvement of digestive system for the process of making nutrients. Okay students, and from the nutrients we get the nutrition. Okay, so students, see over here the parts of the human digestive system. These are the main parts which involve in the human digestion. See, these parts are mouth, esophagus, stomach, rectum and anus, large intestine, small intestine. Mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and rectum and anus. Okay students? So let us see how the digestion process takes place. But before going to see this process, first you should know, or you are familiar with the other parts which are present in our digestive system. See students, in this figure, as you see, the first part of our digestive system is the mouth, then tongue, then see over here salivary glands, then pharynx. From pharynx, then there is the esophagus, then that brown in color, it is the liver. From liver there is green color, which is gallbladder. Then after the gallbladder there is the small intestine, then pancreas, that here it is the bean shape, that is the stomach, and then in the downward side from the stomach there is the large intestine, and that large intestine is surrounded by over here, see this small intestine. Okay students, and at the last here it is the rectum, and the last one is the anus. So students, in today's session we are going to study the function of each and every part of this digestive system. Okay students, so before going to study that, you should know what is a digestion, student. You should know the term digestion. So what is actually a digestion, students? See, the digestion means whenever the inorganic and organic substances are converted into the simpler molecule, that process is nothing but the digestion. Okay students, so here there is one word which is new one for you students, that means the alimentary canal. So students, what is alimentary canal? See students, alimentary canal means the part from the mouth towards the anus, means the tube, whole tube from the mouth towards the anus. This hole is known as alimentary canal. See, from mouth to anus, that whole tube is known as alimentary canal. Okay students, so alimentary canal along with these digestive organs consist of a digestive system. So it can form overall digestive system. So students, how this digestion takes place in our body, this we are going to study over here. So again I repeat, what is alimentary canal? Alimentary canal, it is the long, muscular and colloid tube which consists of these parts. The first part of the digestive system of human being is the mouth. So students, your digestion actually starts at the mouth. How it is so? See, when you take food inside your mouth, at that time the saliva which is present in your mouth, that means these salivary glands secrete saliva and that saliva get mixed with your food. It just masticate your food, and after mixing with food, this saliva, that food becomes a bolus. So mouth is the cavity which is present at the anterior side, that is the upper side of this digestive system, and through which we can ingest the food. Also here one part is taking part, that means your tongue, which can help for better mixing of your food with the saliva. So what is the function of saliva over here students? Saliva contains the certain digestive enzymes which can break the inorganic and organic substances which are present in your food. Suppose your food contains the starch, so that starch is converted into the simple molecule. So the here enzyme which is produced by the salivary gland is amylase. So students, what is enzyme? It is the chemical which can convert one complex thing into the simple thing. So salivary gland secretes amylase which can convert starch. So many of the food you eat in day-to-day life, so whether that food it is carbohydrate, it is starch or whatever may be, so when you eat the food which is of starch, at that time that starch get break down into the simpler one molecules. So it is happen with the help of salivary gland, that means which secretes the amylase. So you have to just remember over here is that the saliva is mixed with your food so that the bacteria or the other microorganisms which are present in your food, they also get killed by this saliva, and your food becomes bulky, so that it can easily ingested through your esophagus. It is not dry, it is wet, it is bolus one. Okay students, so the next part in your digestive system or in our digestive system is the pharynx. See students, over here it is the pharynx. So students, what is pharynx? Pharynx is the portion of the alimentary canal after the mouth, and it is a funnel-like shaped passage which is common for both, for the air passage and for the food passage. Again students, what is pharynx? Pharynx, it is the funnel shape. It is the funnel-like structure, funnel shape passage it is that passage or that tube is common for that tube pharynx. This tube is common for, or pharynx, it is the opening. Sorry students, not tube, it is the opening which is common for the air as well as food. So how it is common? Because see student, here one question is arise that whenever we inhale the air, at that time that one also goes from this side. Whenever we inhale or whenever we ingest a food, at that time that food will also goes through this pipe. So there is the common passage through which air also goes and your food is also. So here is the question is that student, whether food is goes to the air passage and air is goes to the food canal. There are two canals, that there are two pipes, that is food pipe and wind pipe. Okay students, food pipe and wind pipe. Food pipe is the esophagus. Okay, so in the food pipe your food will go. In the wind pipe your what is the air which you held, that will go. So these are the two pipes. But whenever you eat a food, at that time there is a flap-like structure present in the pharynx. What is that flap-like structure students? It is the additional information that which you also know that. What is that flap-like structure which is present in the pharynx? That flap or the lid which is known as epiglottis. Which is known as epiglottis. So whenever you eat food, at that time that epiglottis cover the air passage, air pipe. Okay, and your food, see students, just like this, that epiglottis cover that air passage and your food will go through that lead to the food pipe. Okay students, and when you inhale the air, at that time it will open up and the air will goes inside. So pharynx, it is the common passage for the air and the food. So students, above the pharynx there is a esophagus. So what is esophagus? Esophagus is also known as gullet or the food pipe. So what is the function of esophagus? Esophagus, it is the pipe through which the food goes to your stomach. It is the narrow, tubular, muscular organ called esophagus. So in the esophagus no digestion takes place. Digestion is not takes place into the esophagus, or the some complex materials cannot be converted into the simpler one. It is just the pathway for passing the food towards your next organ. The next organ is your stomach, students. The esophagus get connected over, see over here in this picture, it's connected to the stomach. So student, what is a stomach? See student, stomach is the J shape or the bean shaped structure. It is just like a bag like structure. It is just like a bag like structure, and it is lies towards the left side of your abdomen. So it is sac like structure, and it is from the upper side it is attached to the esophagus. See in this case, from the upper side it is attached to the esophagus, while from the lower side it is attached to the intestine. From this lower side it is attached to the intestine. So student, what actually occurs when your food enter in your stomach? So what happens in the stomach? See students, in stomach that food again break down into the simpler one. But why? Why this is so? They break down into the simpler one because in stomach secretes hydrochloric acid. See student, that is the acid one. See, hydrochloric acid is secreted by the stomach. So as this stomach secretes acid, what will happen? The bacteria which is present in your food that get killed, or the germs which are present, harmful germs which are present in your food that gets killed, and also your food get break down into the simpler form. So students, one question is arise that as this is the acid, so as it is harmful to the outer layer of that stomach. Okay students, so not so, because the stomach has the lining of mucus. Stomach has the layer of mucus to the covering. Internally this stomach is lined by the mucus, so that hydrochloric acid does not act on that membranes. Okay students, to the stomach membrane. So main function is to kill the harmful bacteria or the germs which are present in your food. Also what is the function? Also it can break down or digest your food into the simpler form. So the digestion of food occurs in this stomach. So what kind of food is digested? Especially proteins, and proteins are here break down over here. Okay students, so from stomach then will enter or goes into the small intestine. So what is a small intestine? See students over here, small intestine. What is small intestine? So small intestine, it is the longest portion. It is longest one as compared to the large intestine. Though the name is small, but it is the longer portion of the alimentary canal. It is the longest tube which is narrow from that stomach. Okay, so it has three parts, namely, see over here, duodenum. The starting part of this intestine, that is small intestine, is known as duodenum. Then afterwards, what is jejunum? See students over here, what is jejunum? When these get enter into the large intestine. See student, what is jejunum? The middle part of the small intestine is known as jejunum, and the last one part of small intestine is known as ileum. Duodenum, jejunum and ileum, these three are the parts of the small intestine. Okay students, so what is the function of small intestine? See students, the main function is the small intestine, because as this small intestine is long, but we have to put that small intestine in your small body, small abdomen. So how it is put? It becomes folded. It becomes folded and it is keep over there. So this small intestine, wall of the small intestine consists of number of folds through which the absorption takes place. Through which absorption takes place, and these folds increase the surface area and allows the absorption of digested food. Means here the digested food which is coming from the stomach goes into the small intestine, where the small intestine have the number of folds which increases the surface area, and that folds can absorb that digested food which is coming from stomach is absorbed by the intestinal walls. So these intestinal walls contain certain villi, that means as upward like projection that contains the villi through which the absorption takes place into the small intestine. Now students, this small intestine get entered or get open into the large intestine. As the name is large, but that large intestine is small as compared to the in length, as compared to the small intestine. Okay, so the small intestine enlarges slightly to form tubular large intestine. See, what is the large intestine? See over here, student. This is large intestine. The first one part of this large intestine is known as transverse colon. Then the next one part is known as ascending colon, means upward part, and then the next towards the end part is known as descending colon. Okay, students. So what is this large intestine? See, students, the function of large intestine, it can absorb the water which is present in your food. That water get absorbed by the large intestine and some of the useful minerals. Water and useful minerals get absorbed through this your intestine, large intestine, and it will provide to your other body parts. So students, this is all about the large intestine. Then this large intestine get open into the next part of your alimentary canal, that means the rectum. So what is rectum? See over here, student. In this case, this part is known as rectum. So what is that rectum? It is the bag-like structure which ends at the opening. See that bag-like structure which ends here at the opening called anus. Okay, so what is the function of rectum is to store the undigested food. See students, whenever the food is enter in the large intestine, at that time some of the food is digested, but some of the food which is waste or which is undigested, that should remove from your body. So how it is removed? See students, that undigested food is stored in your rectum. Where does it go? That undigested food is stored in your rectum, and the rectum opening to the last one, that is the anus. Anus, it is the opening through which this undigested food which is stored over there, that rectum, get given out through this anus. Okay students, so this is all about the human digestive system, the parts which are involved in the digestion. Okay, so this is all about the information regarding the digestive system, students. So here I again repeat, what is the C? This is yellow color, salivary gland, pancreas, yellow color, liver and gallbladder. See students, the question is arise that as we see mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus, there are also certain factors or there are other certain parts of the digestive system which are shown over here. That means the liver. So what is the function of liver? This pancreas, gallbladder. So students, first I want to tell you that what is the function of salivary gland. The salivary gland produces the enzymes which can break down the starch into the smaller molecules. Also, the second one function of this salivary gland is it secretes the saliva which can break, and the second one function is it can helps to kill the harmful bacteria which are present in your food. So these two are the main functions of the salivary gland. The next one is the liver. So what is the function of liver? Liver produces a bile. Liver produces a bile juice. Liver produces a juice, that means the bile juice, which can break down the fat molecules which are present in your food into the smaller one. As you take various kinds of food, so that food possesses fats, carbohydrates, proteins, but in the complex form. So that complex form of food cannot be taken up by our body or by our cells. So there is requirement of that food should be converted into the smaller molecules so that that smaller molecule can be taken up by our cells. So what is the function of liver? So liver produces a bile juice which can convert these or the break down this fat into the smaller molecules. Okay students. Now what is the function of pancreas? Pancreas also secretes certain digestive enzymes which can break down the carbohydrates which you eat into the proteins or into their simpler forms. Sorry, carbohydrates are not converted into the protein. Carbohydrates and proteins, they are converted by the enzymes, that is digestive enzymes, which are secreted by the pancreas, and that carbohydrate and protein, these are the complex molecules, so they are converted into the simpler forms. Okay students, so this is all about the various kinds of parts which are present in the human digestive system. So how actually the digestion is takes place? See students, at the first slide here we have seen digestion is takes place from this mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So how it is so? So first what we take the food. So we take the food, that means the process is known as, for taking the food, that process is known as ingestion, not injection student. See the pronunciation, ingestion. So what is ingestion? The food which is taken is as a big or small particles through the mouth. So here the saliva which is present, which is secreted by the salivary glands, break downs your food. It can break down your food which is being chewed by our teeth, and then this food goes down to the esophagus. Now the second step is the digestion. Now digestion involves the breaking down of food into the smaller molecules. So during this process, these complex food molecules get broken down into the simpler molecule so that they can be absorbed by the body. So the major part of the digestion takes place in our stomach and then in the small intestine. In these two organs, the food particles are acted upon by certain organic molecules known as enzymes, that I have already told you that these are the chemicals which can convert large molecules into the small molecules or the complex molecule into the simple molecules. First ingestion, then digestion, then absorption. So what is absorption student? The soluble, which is the digested food, after getting certain processes, the food becomes digested. So that soluble digested food is absorbed in the tissues or the cell during the process of absorption. So this process takes place inside the small intestine, where the soluble food is enter into the blood. Suppose your food is ready, means the food is broken down into the small particles. So these small particles are really ready for getting absorption by your tissues. So that small or the soluble food particles enters into your blood. How you get the nutrients students? See over here. This is the important point. How you get the nourishment or the nutrition? By after your food, when your food get break down into the smaller ones, so that small molecules can be digested by our body, not large one. So that after digestion, whenever that food becomes digestible or soluble, at that time that food enters into our blood, and is then carried to the other cells. So through our blood, that nutrients is carried to each and every part of our body. So the small intestine has finger-like projections called villi, just like this finger-like projection called villi, which helps in the absorption. which helps in the absorption. This I have already told you that in detail in the session of that in the session of this chapter when was we take this. Now students, the absorption of water takes place in the large intestine. Here in the small intestine, absorption of nutrients takes place, but absorption water takes place in the large intestine. So after absorption there occurs the process assimilation. So what is assimilation? See students, in this process the food which is in the simplest form and has been absorbed is oxidized and released energy. So this energy is required to carry out various functions, means there are certain reactions or occur, series of chemical reactions or occurs over there, and through that reactions we get the energy. So we feel that when we eat the food then we get the energy, so we become energetic. So students, after assimilation we get the energy. Now after that the last one process is the digestion. What is digestion? Removal of undigested food or the waste matter from the body. The food which is not digested, that means undigested food, should go out, given out from our body, so that food is stored in the rectum will be removal through the digestion process. So what is digestion? Removal of undigested food or the waste matter from the body is called digestion. So the waste matter from your alimentary canal is discarded through the anus. Okay students, so this is all about the digestive system of human beings. So here I take your revision that, see students, here I take some of the questions and you have to answer me. I'll ask one by one these questions to you. I'll give you the time and you have to answer me. Okay students? Shall we start this question? Are you ready? See students, the first one question is the fill in the blanks. See, first, the major part of the digestion takes place in dash dash and dash dash. Think student, the major part of the digestion, where takes place the major digestion? In which part? Just now I have told you that. Yes, anybody? Which students give me the answer first? Yes students. So student, the answer is, see over here, stomach and small intestine. So the major part of the digestion mainly takes place in the stomach and small intestine. So the answer is stomach and small intestine. So the second one is the C students. The rectum has an opening called dash dash. What is that answer student? The rectum has an opening called, yes student, the rectum has an opening called, what is that opening known as? Just we have seen over here. See, the answer is anus. Okay, so through the anus the undigested food is gone out, thrown out through your body. So rectum has an opening called anus. The third one is the stomach and pancreas releases dash dash juices. So students, think about it. Which juices are secreted or releases by the stomach and the pancreas? Which juices are releases? See students, which juices? Yes, think about it student. See, the answer is digestive juices. As the process is digestion students, so logically the answer is the digestive juices. So the stomach and the pancreas releases digestive juices. Okay, so the answer for this third fill in the blank is digestive. Now fourth one. The inner wall of the small intestine has many finger-like outward projections called dash dash dash. What is that? Just I have told you that, student. The inner wall of the small intestine has many finger-like outgrowths. What is that called? Yes, student, think. What is that? The answer is villi. I have already told you that. There are certain finger-like projection from inside the small intestine. These just like triangular. These are known as villi. Okay. Now the next one is the alimentary canal along with that associated gland is called. Associated gland means the gland which are seen over here in that parts. That means the salivary gland, liver, gallbladder, pancreas. Okay, so these are the gland. So the question is the alimentary canal, whole alimentary canal along with these associated gland is called. What does it call, student? It's called, yes. See, the answer is digestive system. What is digestive system? See, student, again, the alimentary canal along with the associated glands is called the digestive system. Okay, students, got it? Now the next question is match the pair. See, students, in the A section there are the part of the human digestive system, and in the right hand side, that is the B section, there are the functions of these what is parts of the digestive system. So see, students, here first salivary gland. What salivary gland do? What do, students, salivary gland do? So the answer is saliva secretion. So salivary gland can secrete the saliva. So it is the function of salivary gland. So the correct answer for the A is second, salivary secretion. Now B, stomach. What is the function of stomach, students? Just I have already told you that. The answer for the stomach is 3, that is acid release. We have just seen that stomach secretes the hydrochloric acid. So acid is released in the stomach. The third one is C, rectum. What is the function of rectum? See in the right hand side functions. What is the function of rectum? Rectum stores the storage of undigested food. That is the first one option. That is storage of undigested food. It is the function of rectum. Okay, students. So C has the answer first, storage of undigested food. Now D, small intestine. Small intestine. See, students, answers. C have the answer 5. This release of feces. Sorry, student, the rectum has the function release of feces. Then D, small intestine. D has the first, small intestine. Okay. And E, large intestine. Large intestine. Here digestion is completed here. That means the fourth option. Okay, students, get it? Now the next one question. Question number 3. Which part of the digestive system secretes hydrochloric acid? See, student, over here. Which part of the digestive system secretes hydrochloric acid? Yes, Which part of the digestive system, students? Right. The part that means the stomach, which secretes the hydrochloric acid. See the answer here. Stomach secretes the hydrochloric acid. Now, the question number 4 is define digestive system. So, students, what is the definition of digestive system? Yes, tell me. Just try it, student. Try it for. What is the definition of digestive system? See, students, the answer for the 4th question is the alimentary canal along with the associated glands. The whole alimentary canal along with this associated gland is called digestive system. It's called digestive system. Okay, students, so this is the definition of digestive system. Again I repeat, what is digestive system? The alimentary canal along with its associated gland is called digestive system. The next question is question number 5. What is the function of salivary glands? Yes, students, what is the function of salivary glands? Just we have seen over here, students. So it is just revision for that topic, so that you will understand what you get from this lecture, student. Okay. So what is the function of salivary gland? See over here, student. The function of salivary glands are, see in the bottommost answer for the 5th question. The first one function is the salivary gland secretes saliva that kills the harmful bacteria in the food. So the harmful bacteria which are present in our food, that should be killed by the salivary secretion, that by the saliva which is secreted by the salivary glands. So what is the first function of salivary gland? Salivary gland secretes saliva, due to which saliva that the food, the harmful germs which are or harmful bacteria which are present in your food get killed. Okay, students. And what is the second function of salivary gland is salivary gland also produces enzymes which can break down starch into the smaller molecules. Okay, salivary gland produces enzymes, that enzyme is known as amylase. So that enzyme can break down the starch into the smaller molecules. So students, here I have covered this topic which I think that it will be difficult to understand to you. So that's why in the today's doubt session I have taken this topic, that is human digestive system. So I hope you all get the functions of each and every part of this human digestive system. Okay, students. Now students, what you have to do, you have to make a practice of making the diagram or figure of this digestive system. But while writing or while drawing this digestive system, students, you should mention the parts of this digestive system. Not overall that head of that boy, nose and that. You just do just like this. Just like this. You just draw the digestive system and practice it. Okay, students, and you should know which part is this, which part is this. Okay, students. So I hope you all get this topic very easily. If any students have any doubts regarding this topic or any topic which we have seen till date, so students, feel free to ask me. So if you have any queries, you can also send me your queries or your doubts to this mail ID. This is my mail ID, students, viicct@pratibhaintschool.org. So you can also ask your doubts, or you can send your worksheets or whatever may be, to this my email ID, students. Okay, so you should send your messages by the mail. So students, thank you.